Well, we're joined now by a singer from 911 and the father of three, Jimmy Constable, who's just come back from a tour of Asia doing breakdancing and all that malarkey,
yes,
haven't you?
I'm very old and we're still breakdancing.
But you say...
breaking something.
But you say that a ban on children in quiet carriages would be discriminatory against families, don't you? On the opposing view, Carole Malone, broadcast journalist, you reckon, actually, that it's probably about time for this, do you?
Oh, absolutely. It's not discriminatory when the rest of the train is devoted to kids. You can go on any other carriage. There's one carriage. You know, I love kids. I'd be mightily hacked off if I booked a place on a train, because I'm usually on a train because I'm working.
Yes.
I'm going somewhere. So I'm either up very early and I want to catch up on a bit of kip, then do a bit of work. If that carriage has got children in, and I think it's really unfair to expect kids to stay quiet. It's really, you know, you said it before, how can you stop a 3-year-old from making noise? They just want to chit-chat, they want to look at stuff out the window. It's not their fault, but it is the fault of the parents, who drive them, who put them into these carriages. You've got every other carriage on the train,
What
go
would
there.
you do then? Have you encountered this?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Go on, what have you said before then?
Not kids necessarily, but I have encountered people making noise, and I have absolutely said, this is the quiet carriage. And I know you said before, your producer said, how can the noisiest person on the planet survive quiet?
Yourself in this,
Well, of course I do. That's why I'm in the quiet carriage, because I'm working, I'm busy. And if I don't go on the phone, I'm texting, but I'm not on the phone. But I would get very cross. And one of your people on the film pointed out there, if the parents aren't doing anything, that would drive me extra nuts.
So, Jimmy, it's the quiet carriage is absolutely no place for kids, and effectively, it should be banned.
I think the big difference here is like Carole said, there is a responsibility with the parents to say, OK, this is the quiet coach, you know.
How old are yours?
11, 7 and 25.
Oh, right.
I know I don't look that old.
All right.
Yeah, he's just about right.
He's all right.
But no, I think it is. You know, parents have a responsibility to teach their kids that there are rules, and how are you going to kind of teach these rules if you don't allow them to be in the environment?
Teach them at home.
So hang on, Carole, are we saying all children, or just can quiet children? If the children were quiet, would that be okay?
Because you can never guarantee a child to be quiet. I've just met Jimmy's daughter outside, who is delightful. She's 11, she's delightful. But you've got a much younger one who I suspect you wouldn't be able to...
So if I'm a parent, hang on, if I'm a parent and I want to read my book quietly, and my child is going to be playing on the iPad, be very quiet, but we're both going to be quiet, we can't sit in the quiet carriage.
But then your child, quite right after about an hour, is going to get bored. They're going to be looking out the window, go, look at Daddy, look at out here. Then they're going to start a conversation. And it's not fair to expect them not to want to have a conversation.
But is talking a problem, though?
Yes!
No, you can talk.
But there's been many times where businessmen have been on the phone and suddenly...
Well, they shouldn't be.
See, I have found that annoying.
I mean,
I
kind
of think, you know,
but they shouldn't be.
I've seen businessmen Skyping. So they're having a conversation, one face-to-face on... But at the end of the day, you can't generalise that kids can't be on it because it's called public transport for a reason.
So do you go
everybody
in
that
the
goes on it
quiet
pays the same amount for a ticket, doesn't it?
Only one carriage. And if I have gone to the trouble of booking a quiet carriage, which should be by its very nature a quiet carriage, and it's not, I would be hacked off when you've got all the rest of the train to have your kids in. As I say, and it's not fair on your kids. And what are you teaching them that you know, not just to be quiet, you're teaching them that the rules don't apply to them.
But also, the other side of that as well is if I want to take my kids into a quiet coach, because I've been on trains where there's been hen parties, stag parties, they're all...
What time are you travelling?
Well, any time of day. You know what it's like with hen parties. They'll drink it all day. So if I want to take my kids into a quiet...
I bet hen party loves you, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm like moving.
You would have to do a song, and that would be noisy as well.
It would be noisy. But the thing is, can I not take then my child into the quiet? Because I don't want my child to listen to the leeriness and the language.
But they're not in every carriage. So you might get the leery ones in one carriage, they're not in every.
Lisa McKenzie on Twitter says they should have a kids' carriage.
Yes.
So they can scream as much as they like together. I hate kids when travelling.
Yes. Well, but you know, that's and I suspect you like the quiet carriage because you don't want to listen to other people's kids making a noise.
Well, I mean,
maybe
at the end of the day...
crash on a train, is that what we're saying?
That's the way...
Train crash.
But if I'm in a quiet coach and people bring the kids in, it's at the end of the day, you know, I think it is about, you know, you've got kids, you've got a family at home, you understand what they're going through. There's, you know, people come in with babies, feeding babies, and at the end of the day, you can't generalise it because it is public transport for a reason.
I say again, you've got the whole of the rest of the train to be with all the other families.
So, Carole, when are you next on a train and should parents beware? What should they do if they see you and they're approaching with their little ones?
You're right. I'm a noisy person. That's true. And if I'm in an ordinary carriage, I might make a noise. I might, you know, I might
make a noise.
I might be talking. But if I'm in the quiet carriage, carriage, I'm going to be quiet, trust me.
I can't believe that for a minute.
I'm going to be quiet, Jimmy.
Thank you, both of you, for not being quiet this morning.